How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is Big Daddy Dave, and this is a map tour for a new mod map to Farming Simulator 25 called HORSCH AgroVation Pack. And we're going to start with the description from the mod hub, and it reads: Aggravation map modeled after the original Nesmots, Czech Republic. Number of purchasable fields 18. Average acre size 1492 hectare. Number of purchasable forestry lands 6. Water retrieval possible from large pond and smaller streams. There are mods required for this map, and they are the HORSCH Pronto Pack by Giant Software. This map was created by Giant Software and is 650.84 megabytes to download. And if we take a look at the map, this is what it looks like. Well, let's get a little center. We start out here in the northeast corner of the map at our main starting farm. We start out by owning farmlands number 1, 2, 21, and 22. 1 being a oat field that is ready to harvest. 2 being a wheat field that has been harvested. 21 being our kind of main portion of our starting farm, and 22 down here is the kind of secondary portion of our starting farm where we have our main kind of silo area. Now, field prices do vary, but they are rather expensive. So because a lot of these fields are very, very large, the smallest one here being $97,000, so not too bad, but still kind of expensive for a starting plot. We've got 345,000, 500,000. We've got 964,000, 810,000. Let's see some of these smaller ones on this side. 258,000, 233, 412. All that to build up to, let's start with 18 at 1.8 million, and now the big field, $5.5 million. It gets expensive. You are not able to buy all areas of the map. As you can see in the kind of cities and towns areas, you are not able to purchase, as well as down here you're not able to buy as well. You do get these little weird strips every once in a while, like right here, this little strip that's right along this side of the roadway. But they don't, I mean, they're just basically small little trees and stuff like that. But it's weird. They're just kind of weird. Let's see. We do not start out with any animal pens. You do have contracts on this map. You do not start out with any production chains, and there are collectibles on this map, 50 of them to be precise. If we took a look at mods specific to this map, there's nothing here under the buy menu. If we take a look down here at the mods and DLCs, it's just the HORSCH Pronto Pack, but no actual mods that are specific to this map. And then if we take a look at the build menu, there is nothing whatsoever under the build menu, nothing under our buildings, productions, animals, decorations, or landscaping. So we do start here at the main starting farm, so let's take a look at some of our starting equipment. Let's go under this screen here. Over to vehicles, we start out by owning the AGCO 8810, the Kloss Conveyo Flex 1080, the Kloss Lexion 6900, the Fendt 722 Vario, the Flegel ASW 271, the HORSCH Mistro 9.75 RX, the HORSCH Partner 1600 FT, the HORSCH Pronto 6 DC, the HORSCH Tiger 8 MT, the John Deere 8RT 410, the Karcher HDS 918 4M. We have the Lizard Pickup 2017. We have a Nardi N6035. And that is everything for our starting equipment. So let's go ahead and start making our way around the starting farm. First off, we're going to go off in this direction. And in the distance, way over there, you can see him standing in the kind of corner of that building there. That is AI Helper Ben. Turning back around, right next to this building over here, we have AI Helper Walter. Let's go ahead and grab our pickup truck. Oh, and I forgot to... Let's turn that off and turn off the automatic engine. There we go. So we'll go over in this direction. Let's see, and over here, if we open this door, we'll start out by going up the stairs over here. Whoops. Open this. sleep trigger right upstairs in the office. And then through this door right here, we have a wardrobe trigger right there. Now turning around, going back down the stairs. Repair trigger right here. And now over here, we have a liquid fertilizer tank, or silo, and we can fill it up using this icon in here. If you gotta get just right there, as you can see, you can fill it up with 35,000 liters. Let's go ahead and hop back in the truck. Go around over here. We have a fuel tank right there. And now we head out of the main farm. Now head down the road ever so slightly. Coming up here to my left, we have the main farm's silo. So you can see the output is right there and the input right over there. Directly in front of me, this is the Bramble Bale Store. This is a sell point for bales. And then the Bramble Store sell point for your loose grains. Continue to head around to this side over here. And here we'll make a left. Follow this in here. Now around this corner. Whoops. Around this corner. Let's see. Off to my left, we have the Meadow Falls Store sell point. Over here, we have the warehouse where you can purchase all your base game materials. And then around the back, if we follow this, back here, we have the Meadow Falls Bales sell point right back here. Let's get turned back around. And then follow this just back here. Come to a stop. We have a repair trigger right there. So now we need to head way out for our next point of interest. You can see there's this massive, that $5.5 million field off to my left there. It is absolutely just enormous. This way. And then follow this to the right. Follow this over here. And tucked away back here, we have the Oak Bridge Store sell point. Follow this back out. And once we exit out of the town, make a left, followed by a quick right. Now, oops. Just back here, we just went just past. That's AI helper David right there. And we have a liquid manure buy point right there. Now, following this through the swamp, continue to head down here, for our next set of interests. Firstly, we're going to come over here, and now we get to check out the map to see where we've been and what we've been seeing so far. So, we were all the way up here at our main starting farm, where we went over to see AI Helper Ben, then AI Helper Walter. We saw the sleep trigger sleep trigger, as well as the wardrobe trigger, repair trigger, the liquid fertilizer silo. The fuel tank came out down this road where we saw the main farm silo. We then saw the bramble store bales, as well as the bramble store. We then came out and around over to here, and we saw the Meadow Falls store, as well as the warehouse buy point. Went around backside for the Meadow Falls bale sell point, and then the repair trigger right over here. Came down, up, and around over to the backside here to Oak Bridge store. Then over to AI Helper David, the liquid manure buy point. All the way down here to farmland number 19. You can purchase this for $121,128. We'll go ahead and do so, and you can see we now get a icon to appear. It's because we're at the biogas plant. We have an output for our digestate right there, input for our liquids right here, solid inputs right here, and we can activate and do everything we want here. This does appear to be just a kind of standard stock biogas plant, nothing too incredibly special here. You've got your various inputs, and you get your electricity, methane, and digestate out. So now we need to kind of backtrack just a little ways. Alright, now right here in front of me, this is the Sunnybank store sell point. We got AI Helper Katie right here. And what I found very interesting, this is supposed to be the animal dealer. At least that's normally where Katie, the AI Helper Katie, is. But if I come out here and look around, I don't see where the animal dealer is. I have not found an animal dealer trigger anywhere on this map. And it's concerning, to say the least. Yeah, I hovered around, looked around, and when I look around here, I'm seeing absolutely nothing. And like I said, Katie's normally around to kind of give us the rundown on the animal dealer. So not sure what the story is with that. It's not like we have any animals to be able to contend with, but that's normally what happens. But I mean, worst case scenario, you can always purchase the animal pens and pastures and then just load into your pens and pastures directly using the animal icon. This is Sunnybank Bales sell point, and you can always tell the difference between the bales and kind of loose grain storage or sell points. The grain sell points have the kind of grated slots. This one does not have the grates, and also you have this kind of bale icon as well as this kind of boxed up icon as well. So that's kind of the difference indicators. Now we're gonna head out of here, make a right, follow this around, turn around without running into buildings, hopefully. Directly in front of me is the Yew Tree Bales sell point. Following this around this side, we have the Yew Tree Store sell point. And then following this back here, over the tracks. And back here we have the Muddy Field Store sell point. Now coming down here, pull in here, and tucked away in the back we have the sawmill. We have our wood chip output right here. We have our input with a wood cell trigger right here. The buy point is right here. You can purchase this for $114,409, and our output for the production is right there. And we can go ahead and take a look at this screen under the availables just to see that there's nothing too outside the normal here as well. You got your planks long, prefabbed walls, and wood beams, all based on trees. So let's go ahead and hop back in the truck over here and go take in our last point of interest. Now, coming up here to my left, you'll see that very small farmland number 90. And just like I said, it just looks like it's these trees. This little strip of grass and trees right here. That's all it encompasses. I've never seen anybody really do that before. So it's kind of catching me off guard as to why it's like that. But, I mean, it is what it is at the end of the day. Now we got to follow this down and around. Over the bridge. Gotta take this all the way back. As we continue to follow. And now coming up here is our last point of interest. So we round this corner. Right back here is AI helper Noah. And that's it. That is everything here for the HORSCH AgroVation Pack map. Now let's go ahead and do one last walkthrough on the map. So where we last left off was over here at farmland number 19 and the biogas plant. We then came up, back and around over to here to the Sunnybank store, over to AI Helper Katie, and then Sunnybank's Bales sell point. We came back up and around over to about here, dove in and saw the U-Tree Bales sell point, the U-Tree store sell point, down and around over to the Muddy Field store, up and around over to the sawmill, then back up, followed this down and around, and kind of twist and turn through here because you can't really see the road network over to Noah. And that's it. Now it's time to render my opinion and let you know what I think. 0 to 5 scale as per usual. So I'm going to go ahead and give this one a 2 out of 5. I'm not a huge fan of this map in particular. It's a beautiful map, just like pretty much every single Giants map is. Without a shadow of a doubt, Giants makes absolutely gorgeous maps. Now, that being said, the part of the reasons why I'm not a huge fan of this map is, number one, it's absolutely monstrous. The fields are just almost overwhelmingly large, and because of that, it's going to take a decade and a half before you make any progress on anything, on any field around here. But also because of that, them being huge, you don't really get a lot of interesting views on this. There are some very pretty parts. I just got done saying this is a very pretty map, and there are some very pretty parts on this map. But because you've got all this wide open expansive area here in the middle of the map, it's just, you just see everything everywhere. It just almost looks empty to some degree. And not that it is empty, it just, I don't know, it's kind of that feeling of, you know, there's just an expanse of fields, which just gives it that kind of empty vibe kind of thing, if that makes sense. And it's not until you get to these areas here where you're starting to see, you know, a little bit of civilization, but that's about the most interesting parts of the map, per se, are these kind of more built up areas. You know, it's just, now this is based off a real life location, so you get that kind of grounding of realism, but it's just something about it just leaves me longing and leaves me feeling like I said, almost empty in a way. I don't know. It's one of those that I wish that wasn't the case. It's got some definite character to it as we look around. But I don't know. It's just one of those where just leaves me uninspired. So all that being said, yeah, about a 2 out of 5, and yeah, it's just not a map for me. At the end of the day, that's what it boils down to. It's just not one for me. And I'm certain that there's going to be people out there who are going to be like, Dave, you're crazy. You know, it's an awesome map. It's highly detailed, and it's this, and it's that, and the other thing. And that's fantastic. And I hope anybody who disagrees with me absolutely has a wonderful time playing this map, and I hope they have a blast. And like I said, there is some character to it. It's just, for me, I just don't feel like there's enough going on. So, all that being said, I hope you enjoyed this map tour. If you did, please show me by liking, sharing, subscribing, following, commenting, doing all the things the algorithms enjoy you doing. The shows you're engaged with the channel and enjoying the content. And that being said, I hope everybody has a fantastic day. Take care.